Hi everybody, Gina Fenske here. So I've spent the last 5 or 6 days contemplating a question that I've been asked by many different people, and that is, Gina, how are you coping during the coronavirus pandemic? And the truth is, some days are better than others, and I think you can tell by my previous videos that I've experienced a gamut of feelings, um, just like everyone else. So um, I've been writing down how I actually do cope and what what that specific structure looks like. So I'm going to read something that I've written. The days that I listen to the news, I feel like I have to dig myself out of a hole. I am trying to stay away from all news broadcasts while still continuing to educate myself. So, like, I'll listen to NPR and CPR, I'll read the CDC website, and I've gotten to like PBS as well. These resources seem to be the most reliable without sensationalism. Here we are in week 5 of the pandemic and the stay-at-home mandate. And I've gone to the grocery store 4 times, and I've gone, with all the protective gear that we've been asked to wear. And the fear was so palatable, and the heaviness and the sadness and the grief I could feel in my body. And when I got out of the grocery store and I was standing at my car, my body was shaking. And so what I realized is that I needed to just take a nice deep breath, relax, and make a list of how I practice coping and not forget them. So I sat down and I did come up with a list of 11 things that I do on a regular basis that I wasn't exactly sure I was like really aware of. It had just become a normal lifestyle. And you know how when you just do something, you tend to take it for granted. So, so I decided to have some fun with this because frankly, I could use a little fun. And I'm calling it my love bubble. So upon reflection, I realized that I've been creating a love bubble for over 27 years. So let's define it. What is a love bubble to Gina? A love bubble is a structured environment of practices of love that I have created to be healthy in my mind, my body, and my heart. Love requires structure, and it must have tangible results, or frankly, what's the point? We live in a very physical world, and we must have physical accomplishments. That's just the way it is. That's all there's to it. We want to look healthy and fit and feel good. We want to love and feel love in the depths of our hearts. And we want to have peace in our minds. And this environment is very difficult within which to do that. Fortunately, there are many choices we can make to help our internal environment feel stable and secure. And in a world in which we have so little control, it's nice to know what we can control. So here's a list of things that I practice either on a daily basis or at least several times a week that make up my love bubble. These 11 items may seem obvious, but I've learned that to create a lifestyle, including most of these activities, is a challenge. The reason it's such a challenge is because these actions cause our attention to go from outside of us to inside of us. They change the direction of our thinking to one of an external focus to an internal focus. It's a huge paradigm shift to create a lifestyle practice that allows us to regularly and sustainably take care of ourselves. We as a society have been taught 'tis better to give than receive. Well, what about giving to ourselves in the healthiest possible ways? Isn't this pandemic teaching us that when we take care of ourselves, we are actually taking care of each other and our earth. So here's my list. I didn't make all these changes at once. It was a process over many years, and now it's how I live my life. All I'm offering is some food for thought. I've learned to not be afraid to think differently, to make a new choice, consider a new idea, or even revisit an old one and see what happens. Who knows, something healthy and good might come from even a small change. So here's my 11 things I do. The first is I do my best to eat healthy food and drink plenty of water. I exercise regularly. I journal. I journal every single day. That's just me. I always have a lot to say. Prayer. That's something I do every day as well. And meditation, even if it's for 30 seconds or 2 minutes or 5, whatever. Read spiritual texts. Monitor my thinking. Reach out to people. Volunteer. Quiet time at the end of each day, and quality sleep. I'm still working on this too. And what I thought I'd do is introduce these 11 ideas to you. And like I said, that it's no new information. It's just maybe we could think about making a practice of these things on a regular basis. And then the follow-up videos will cover a couple each video on how that plays out in my life. So in the meantime, I just wanted to offer some hope from A Course of Love, because you know I love A Course of Love. It is page 142, chapter 20, paragraph 38. Hope is a manner of acting as if the best possible outcome you can imagine could truly occur. Hope is a willingness to accept love and the grace and cooperation that flow from love. Hope is a willingness to ask for help, believing it will come. Hope is the reason and the outcome for which we pray. Hope acknowledges the kindliness of the universe and has no use for things. So from my heart to yours, I'm offering the energy of hope, and I feel hopeful because I see that we are all working together as a united team. Bye. And if you like this video and you want to share it, please feel free to do so. And again, my website is ginafenske.com. Bye.